Hi guys, Mitchell here, Mitchell in Minnesota. Welcome back to my channel. Today is, well, we're not quite to the 7th yet, which is the day that I had my surgery, but we are really close to it. So this is what I'm gonna call my 14-month post-op lap band to RNY gastric bypass video. This is also a very, very, very special video because I made it to Wonderland. Oh my God. So let's talk about it. All right, guys, so let's do stats first. I've got my little phone here. So I had my lap band to gastric bypass revision surgery on August 7th, 2018. I had my surgery at St. Joseph's Hospital in St. Paul, Minnesota, where I live. My doctor is Dr. Jeffrey Fazen. My bariatric doctor is Dr. Kai Tuaneman. I started at a high weight for the surgery at 273 pounds. My day of surgery weight was 260 pounds after a 2-week pre-op liquid diet. I came to you last week, or last time, I can't even remember. I think it was around 203, 202, somewhere around there. And today I am 199.4. So I am ecstatic. And before I go into why I'm ecstatic and all that good stuff, let's talk about days. So from day of surgery to today, or to when this actually happened. I actually hit it a few days ago, but I wanted to save the video. But 419 days have passed since my surgery and my getting to Wonderland to lose 73.3 or 4 pounds. And a lot of people on the groups and stuff, and a lot of you wonderful people out there, you've all lost a lot faster than I have, probably because you've done it better than I have, or maybe your metabolism's different, or, you know, the fact that when people have secondary bariatric surgeries, a lot of times they lose a lot slower, which I was hoping wouldn't happen, but yet here we are. So I'm taking it all in stride. I'm taking it all in stride, and I am so ecstatic that I can sit here in Wonderland, I'm 199 pounds. I'm 199 pounds. I can't. It's so exciting. It's very emotional. I need to do a full video, I think, on my lap band experience because I sat at 170 pounds for a few years. But since I've moved to Minnesota, I have not been under 200 pounds. And the weight just built and built and built and built and built. And to see 199, you know, and of course we peak back up, right? Like in the morning I'm my lowest, and then by, you know, it is what it is. You know, I drink a lot of liquid and things like that. So it feels amazing. I did want to talk about what I'm eating because, and I talked about it in a previous video too, but I'm just going to kind of reiterate it because I think that people may want to try it. And I've gotten a couple emails and a couple messages about it. So I think it's good for me to talk about again because it also keeps me accountable. So I do intermittent fasting. So I don't eat from 7 p.m. to 9 a.m. And that's cool. I'm good with that. It was really hard. It was really hard to not eat past 7 p.m. and to not let myself do it on weekends. And I think I'm in a pretty good groove now. So I do though have some coffee. I'll get a large coffee from McDonald's or Starbucks or something with a cup of cream and a Splenda in it. And that's not gonna change. I'm not getting rid of that. At home in my coffee, I use a couple tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, no carbs, no protein, and 5 grams of fat per tablespoon. So it's definitely fattier, but I like it. I like the taste of it, and it's CCH me. At 9 o'clock, I'll have a Premier Protein, which I know I got mine right. I just finished mine before this video. I know, you know, you're not supposed to really hold on to them until after a year or whatever, but I'm still hopefully trying to lose. So at 9 I'll have that, and I try to nurse the Premier Protein for about 15 minutes if I can, and that's just to really be able to enjoy the taste. In between these and after these and all throughout the day, I'm also drinking about 100 ounces of water. 2 to 3 of the, I showed you the bottles, like these bottles, 33-ounce bottles. So I'll drink those, and that's something that time and time again is, there's the yawn, VSG Joe will get me. There is, you know, the data that shows that drinking water helps you lose weight, fine. I have to put Crystal Light in it, but I drink it every single day, every single day. Where am I at now? At noon, I will have my lunch, and my lunch will almost always consist of 2 to 4 ounces of like sliced meat, usually like turkey or chicken or Black Forest ham. I do not keep the meats that I really like in the house because I'll be more apt to eat them. So I'll eat, like, I like Black Forest ham. I don't love it, but I like it. So I'll keep it in the fridge. That's what I'll use. And I'll also have an Oikos 000 or a Dannon Light and Fit or some sort of yogurt, and then even sometimes it's cheese stick as well. So it's really not that much food, but it's definitely a good amount, a couple ounces of meat, some yogurt, and maybe some cheese, I will then have a snack at 3, and sometimes it changes. What I'm into now, again, it'll either be another Premier Protein because that's how I feel like I need to get my protein in, and that's okay. Or I've had these, I love, of all things, I love frozen peas and frozen, the little carrots, green beans, and corn. Those packages, they're like 79 cents at Target or something. Throw them in, and I'll have maybe a half a cup of that for a snack. And that's some better carbs. I don't know if they're like good carbs or whatever, but they're better carbs, I think, than chips. And I'll have that, and that's super good. No salt, no nothing on it. I just like the taste of them. Peas, of all things, peas. It sounds so good right now. Maybe I'm pregnant. I don't know. But I'll have that, or I'll have the Premier Protein. So to recap so far, Premier Protein in the morning, lunch in the afternoon, a couple ounces, 2 to 4 ounces of meat with a yogurt and some cheese, a cheese stick. I have the Sargento like cheese sticks. A snack at 3 o'clock, which is usually a Premier Protein or some frozen veggies. And then dinner time is at 6:30. Why 6:30, you say? Why 6:30? 6:30 because I do my intermittent fasting. My intermittent fasting from 7 p.m. to 9 a.m. So I like to, I kind of save it for that time so that I'm not like super, super hungry at night. And it took a few nights. If you decide to try this or you do something like this, give it a week of it sucking, because it did. So I will have usually, what do I usually have? Oh, I have been obsessed with beans. So I will have some black beans, or I'll have some refried beans, or I'll have some refried pinto beans, or I will have something along those lines. And sometimes I'll put a little Gene Pro protein powder in it. Sometimes I won't. But I do always put some everything but the bagel seasoning, if you're familiar with that. And I will put some shredded cheese on top of that. So it turns out to be maybe half cup to a 3/4 cup, maybe even a cup sometimes. Because I'm not weighing out like I used to, because I feel like I know what a few ounces looks like. I could be wrong, but that's what I feel like. And then that's dinner. And when I'm done, or when I feel like I'm getting full, I physically have to get up and throw the dish away. Be done with it, or the food away and put the dish away. Done. If I leave things there, then I'll be okay to eat it again, because, you know, it goes through our tummies, but then you can make more room. So there's that part of it. So yeah, and I will say some days when I'm more active than others, I will get pretty hungry between that 3 o'clock, especially, and 6:30. So what I'll do is I'll have a spoonful or two of like chunky peanut butter is what I like, and I like the Jif because it's for the serving size, it's perfectly within my macros and what I feel like. I think it's like 3 or 4 grams of fat, 6 or 7 grams of protein, and 5 or 6 carbs. So it's like right in there how it should be. So, and for some reason that just sits in my tummy really well and makes me feel full and I feel good. I think that has been the driving force in me being not stuck. I wasn't bringing my lunches. I was going in and just kind of off the fly, and that's a silly thing to do. I bought the lunchbox and I've used it every single day, and it helps me stay on track. It helps me realize like, okay, this is what we're eating today. Food is nutrition. Food is to keep us going. Food is to keep us alive. And then you look at the other side, and food is culture, and food is friendship, and it's love, and it is how we show affection and things like that. And that's not healthy in the way that I have perceived it and experienced it throughout my life, i.e. I overdo it, right? So there's a really interesting, it's hard to find that level, that labor of where do I do it? Where do I fit? Where do I sit? But this has been very helpful. We're also starting our workouts a little bit more. We're getting up at about 4:30 in the morning and going to the gym. Nothing crazy, nothing heavy, just going. And I think once I hit goal weight, whatever that looks like, wherever my body decides to settle is where I will up my calories a little bit, because I think I'm still in technically a deficit loss. I added it up a couple weeks ago, and I think without the peanut butter and stuff like that, I'm somewhere around 700 to 800 calories, which is not sustainable for most people, especially a 6'1" male. But my body is stubborn, and he likes to hold on to things like fat and stuff like that. So I'm at a good place. I feel really good. And you know what I'm very proud of myself with, if I may bring up a non-scale victory, is that I went to the store last night to Target to grab a couple things for like my husband's dinner, and I was like, you know, I'm doing so good. I really want some Smart Pop, you know, the black bag popcorn. And I didn't do it. I didn't go down the aisle. I didn't, like, yeah, I could absolutely indulge a little bit. You know, my show was on, came back on, that I love, called Big Mouth. It's such a raunchy show, but it's my favorite. And I could have totally done that, and that would have been okay. But also, I don't need to. So you know what I did is I had about a handful of my husband's trail mix with the M&Ms in it. It had a couple M&Ms in it or whatever. It was fine. A couple raisins, a couple peanuts, a couple almonds. Totally fine. Totally liked it. Super good. Super yummy. Yeah, I'm feeling good, you guys. And if there's anybody out there who feels like you're stuck, you're not losing as fast as you thought you would. You're not losing as fast as your friends are. You're not losing as fast as people on YouTube are. That does not, number one, it does not negate your value and your commitment to your health and your lifestyle. What it does say is that it is hard. And even with this tool that we're given, our bodies sometimes still aren't going to want to give up the ghost here, you know? Our bodies are not going to want to let it be easy. This is not an easy road, obviously, or everybody would do it. This is something to help point us in the right direction in a way that can help us be more alive for a longer time. But do not, please do not, if you take one thing away from this video, do not think that you are failing. Do not think that you are broken. Do not think that your surgery was a mistake. You are going on your own time. Every single one of us has our own time, our own way to do it. And you know, I know everybody says the word journey is used out, but that's exactly what it is. This is our own journey, and we have every right to take as much time as we need in order to be successful for the long term. I'd much rather take 2.5 years to get down to whatever my goal weight may be and keep it off for the rest of my life than get it all off in 6 months and start gaining after 2 years, because maybe I just didn't have the tools that I needed outside of this tool to facilitate success. Take that for what you will. I hope you all are doing wonderful. It is quite rainy here in Minnesota. I've got my little Halloween stuff right now. I've got some more stuff around the house, but just decorating a little bit today. And other than that, I wanna hear from you guys. How are you guys doing? How are you feeling? How are your milestones coming? Let me know and let's talk. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon.